is texting you during this, like, hey, I can't get in, I can't see it, just have them go back out and go back in, because sometimes if they're sitting on the card waiting for something, sometimes they have to go out and go back in and refresh. Because I assume we'll get the incoming text, hey, I don't see it.
Right.
Where is it? And we can be chill. We can say, hey, sorry, hang on, I got John McEnroe texting me here. Let me see what he wants real quick. All right, so if I pull this out and minimize, I've got that ready. Facebook is up. I'm gonna pull this one out. I'm gonna minimize the Facebook live because we don't need to watch it. I don't need to see that. And so, yeah, that'll actually be a good thing to say, okay, do we want to show people what they're looking at when they go to register? And we'll walk them through the registration as well. But yeah, I'd like to have you talk about the origin story. We probably won't spend more than 15, 20 minutes.
Perfect.
But really give you a chance to just talk about it a little bit and show everybody how excited you are.
Cool.
All right, so we are wave hi to the YouTubes, whoever's in the YouTubes. And let's see, I gotta turn up the volume and transition into Facebook. There we go. So in Facebook, what they're seeing, Rob, is you got me and you kind of in the top of the screen, and then I got 24 lessons in 24 hours showing as an example. So as your announcement, I have introduced you to, we spoke with some people the other day, and I said, I have a friend, and he's evidently a crazy person because he's doing this event, and I think it's almost insane. And like you said, maybe never been done in the history of the universe, but Rob Carver, tell us what you're doing.
August 5th through 6th, I'm going to teach tennis for 24 hours straight for what we're going to call the Ace Out ALS. You've heard of the Ice Book Challenge, or what was it? The Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah.
I had a sister-in-law pass away back in 2014. She had ALS. This is something I've thought about for several years. And I sat down with the family, had a family meeting, and I said, hey, I've been thinking about this. What do you guys think? And the family jumped in, and when my sister-in-law, Lynn Granger, lived with us, my wife was just one amazing caregiver. And our kids at 8 years old and 11 had a life experience that I don't think any kid should go through, but they were just pretty amazing through the whole thing. Saying that, we are really excited to do this Ace Out ALS, 24 hours. I'm going to teach tennis. As many people that want to join and come take a lesson, they can do that. And what I'm really excited about is we are doing this to help out the Hop on a Cure Foundation. I'm sure many people are familiar with the Zac Brown Band. Their guitarist and singer, John Driscoll Hopkins, has ALS, unfortunately, and they have a great foundation called Hop on a Cure. So we are partnering with them. All of our money is going straight to their foundation. Wilson has sponsored it along with GoTennis to get the message out there. Wilson's going to give away 2 rackets. We're going to have a raffle, and we're going to give away some other things like some Peach and Pork Chop restaurant, great restaurant up in Roswell, give some gift cards out. So it's going to be at Sibley Forest in East Cobb from 9 a.m. August 5th to 9 a.m. August 6th. And yes, there are going to be some, I know my men are going to represent well tonight to 6 a.m. So really looking forward to it.
And in that case, so I can log in and we'll walk people through the registration and everything, but I want a tennis lesson. I can have a tennis lesson from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, or
yes,
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking.
So you're going to go to letsgotennis.com. Our registration is going to start on July 1st. So you can talk to your buddies and your teammates, and you want to get out there and talk about what time you want to have. I think in August, maybe 3 a.m. is a very refreshing time to have a lesson. Probably different than 3 o'clock. But I will tell you this, I teach at Simply Force a good bit. The court that we're going to be doing Ace Out ALS 24 hours of lessons, there's only about 3 hours where it's direct sunlight. So there's going to be shade. So don't let August tennis get you scared, because it's really not that bad. And I threaten the junior players all the time: if we don't work hard on the shady court, we're going to go to the sunny court. But primarily, this thing's going to be in the shade. So I'm not as crazy as one might think.
Well, I mean, if you say you're not as crazy, that's fine. I'm coming in taking a lesson, even if I'm in the heat of the day. I'm only there 1 hour, right? You're there
Right.
the whole time.
Exactly. Well, and if your group wants to take a 2-hour lesson, you're more than welcome to do that. What we're wanting to do, and to build this for the Hop on a Cure Foundation, is you're going to get a lesson from me for an hour with a minimum donation of $100 that you can split with your teammates or whoever you want. You can obviously donate more if you'd like, but the whole deal is that we're tennis lessons just about what you would pay for a lesson, maybe a little bit more for an hour lesson. If you want to do 2 hours, you can do $200. And if it's a foursome, feel free to add $100 a person, whatever you want, just whatever's in your heart. Give this great foundation. ALS is brutal. There's all these cancer foundations and tons of money going to cancer, which is great. However, the ALS awareness, and I would recommend everybody go to the Hop on a Cure website. They've succinctly put it in there about the number of people that have ALS and how it's underfunded. So this is something that's really important, and it's a scary thing. It's a good friend of our family. Her name is Polly Hogue. Her husband Jim played basketball for Georgia Tech, and he died of ALS, unfortunately. And when I was talking to Polly before my sister-in-law moved in, Polly told me this, and I'll keep it family friendly. She said, "I've seen paralysis, cancer, AIDS, you name it. This is the worst crap in the world. ALS is just brutal." And the unfortunate thing is, it's not like when you're sick and you take care of the fever and then you get better, or you have a headache and you take care of that. When you have something with you with ALS, it stays with you worse. Then there's something else, and then there's something else, and it's just brutal. And but anyway, the awareness needs to be out there, and that's what we're doing. We're calling it Ace Out ALS. The Zach Brown Band, Hop on a Cure. Please, everybody go to that website, check it out. So it's going to be a great day in August 15th, 6th.
Awesome. We've got all that information online. GoTennis is going to help handle the registration. What we're asking, and we'll walk you through the registration, anybody watching now or the replay. We're asking, we don't have any way to force you to donate, other than the fact that if you register for a lesson, I'm going to send that information to Rob, and Rob's going to check and see if you donated. If you didn't, he's going to come to your house and he's going to knock on your door. It's going to be a really awkward conversation. So go to Hop on a Cure first, put in your donation, then you can come. Like I said, we're not forcing a code. We don't have any way to force you right now technically, but go make your donation, find your schedule, take a look, see what's available. Even if you want, get your team together, like Rob said. If your kids want a couple of lessons, we don't have a way online to do half hour or actual block it out like that. It's only 1 hour options. So if you want more than an hour, go ahead and block off, register twice. That's how it's going to work right now. So pretty simple 1 hour registrations, whatever you guys are looking for. Rob, you want me to take a second and we'll walk through the site? And anybody
I just want to add, a lot of my groups do 1.5 hour lessons. So guess what? We're going to do 2 hours, and there will be coolers on court with water and other beverages, especially for the after midnight crew. And I think I've got some. I was telling my daughter, I think I've got some guys in their 20s that might just come from the Battery after seeing a Braves game and then take a lesson. So we'll see what the 20 M crowd might be like.
Very nice. Yeah, and I mean, there are ways to do it. If your team wants to do 1.5 hours, if you know somebody else who wants to do 1.5 hours, between you, block off 3 hours, figure it out, right? But we don't have any real way to block off 1.5 hours, and we'll walk through that now. Give me a second to share my screen in the awkward switch here, because what I want to do is show this. Yeah, so I got us up top here. This is me and Rob. All right, and I got my full screen here. We're going to walk through. It's nice and wide. I'm going to adjust this. There we go. All right, so mostly got that working, I think. And me and Rob up in the corner, and I think Rob, you should be able to see this on your end too, right?
Yeah, it looks great.
Fantastic. All right, that one was a little less planned than I wanted. All right, so GoTennis site. I'm sure you've all seen it. I'm sure you're all already a member, so you're probably familiar with this. But for those of you that are not, you can become a member, of course. In this case, you do not need to be a member to be part of Ace Out ALS, the event. It is not a member necessity, but it'd be really nice if you were. Membership is free. All right, I'm done there. So we have our featured events. This is where Rob's event will show up as we get closer. So if you forget the website for letsgotennis.com/ALS, it's not that hard, /ALS, should be easy to remember. If you forget that website, that's fine. Go to the GoTennis website. It will be here once these pop off. The 26th, this goes away. We've always got our featured events here. So in the calendar itself, I've brought up Rob's event. It's right here. It's going to be featured, like I said, August 5th and 6th, Ace Out ALS at Sibley Forest. If you click on this, we will bring up the registration page. So it has, right now, it says book tickets. It might say book lessons if I can figure out how to make that happen. Right now, you cannot because registration is not open. This will happen on July 1st. But you will come here. You will pick one of the 24 hours. You want the 1 a.m. lesson because you just got back from the Braves game? Do it. That sounds like fun. I like it. I'm thinking the midnight lesson would kind of be the one to test Rob's resolve, which would be, all right, you've been out here all day. The last people to come in are the overnight crowd. Maybe they're a little easier to deal with. I'm testing them at midnight. Or you want...
I'm hoping that we're trying to get Chad Wright, Jesse Itzler to join us since they're, I'm not sure if David Goggins can handle tennis at 3 a.m., but we'd like to see if we can get some of these guys to show up too.
We'll know who the personalities are that want those lessons, but we'll see what happens, especially in August, because it might not be the 3 p.m. time frame that actually people are looking for. Like you said, it might be the 3 a.m. So in this case, there will be, and I will put a note here, when you click book tickets, you will select your date and your time, and then that pop-up will go away. I apologize. I haven't figured out how to fix it. That pop-up will go away. That's fine. Click book tickets again. It will come back. You can put in your information. And in that case, it will be zero cost on this site because you will have already donated, right? You've already donated before you come here at hoponacure.org. I think hoponacure.org is the right URL for their site. But if you forget that one, you can click here and you can go to Hop on a Cure. You can put in your $100, put in Rob Carver right here. Is a crazy person, but awesome for doing this, right? Make sure Rob Carver is in there because that's how we know, that's how Hop on a Cure knows you're part of this event. They can let us know that you've donated. Then you can go back here, book your lesson. Pretty straightforward. Rob, did I miss anything?
No, that's awesome.
Oh, and if you're interested, you can go to the podcast page just in case you want to check out Rob Carver's podcast because he came on. He also does our tennis tips, if you don't know. Most recent one, mixed troubles. I like that, Rob. It's mixed doubles, not mixed troubles. So we've got your podcast tips that you're doing one a month from your book, which is
366 days of tennis. And I want all my clientele to, if they're not members already, this GoTennis site is awesome. And I mentioned this in the podcast that, what you guys are doing, I think it's just awesome.
We appreciate that. We're excited about it. And we like helping people like you doing events like this. Because even our stories that we put out, we're doing the good stories. We're not blood, sweat, and tears. We're looking for really good things. We got Murphy Jensen coming on soon to talk about everything he's gone through. And it's really going to be a good thing. We might even do some ALS featured stories and try to get that to help promote your event as well. But trying to do good things for Atlanta, just like you are. And I think we've covered everything. So yeah, if you haven't become a member, it is free. There's a free version. There's also a paid version if you want the extra podcast episodes. Luke Jensen tells the story of winning the French Open. He shares some interesting stuff. We'll have some separate stuff as well, but those are just my GoTennis sales pitches during this. But make sure it's letsgotennis.com/ALS. If you don't remember that, that's fine. There's always the calendar that we've got here. You can always sort. You can search by organizer. Nobody forgets Rob Carver's name. Rob Carver's name right there. Click on that. Click on the year because it's not coming in June. There's ALS, 24 hours of tennis lessons. Rob, if it made sense for me to say things like "God bless you," it just sounds weird coming out of my mouth. But good luck.
You know what? It's one day, and I tell you what. And I know you're kidding, but to be real truthful, my daughter said, "Can you do it?" And I said, "I can do it for one day," because I've seen what people with ALS go through, and I think one day in the heat I can deal with it. But the real, to dispel rumors, I mean, a lot of people were thinking that with the NBA draft last night, that me being a Celtic fan, that I was going to be not drafted because of my age, but one of the assistant coaches for next year. So that's just a rumor. So had nothing to do with the Celtics. This is all about acing out ALS. So
didn't actually happen. We should, next time we're going to do a pool, when you do an announcement like this, we're going to do it.
That's right.
What the announcement is.
Yeah. Gotta come clean on that.
All right. So everything you got, are we ready? We covered everything. We didn't forget anything.
So sign up, get ready. You're going to hear more from me, and sign up beginning next Saturday. And it will be a race to get the prime time spots. But again, on the flyer, my daughter has done so well. You'll be seeing that. If you can't come play, donate anyway.
Yep, absolutely. So, Rob, one last thing. Who are you picking to win Wimbledon?
It's tough because Federer's not there. I don't know. Maybe
Not him.
Bobby Schindler. Isn't he a wild card?
Bobby's thinking about, he's got to qualify this year, though.
That's true. I don't know. It's Joker looked pretty good at the French, so we'll see. I don't know.
He's hard to beat on grass. Exactly. All right.
But I love grass court tennis.
Me too. This is a fun time of year.
Yep.
So, Rob, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.